What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today I've reviewed the Marvel Legends Toei Japanese Spider-Man. It's Supaidaman! That's right, my zillions. We have a Supaidaman from Marvel Legends. I'm very excited about this. Been excited about this. Love Supaidaman. You guys know I've reviewed a bit of Supaidaman on the channel in the last couple of years, and this was one I was definitely looking forward to because, you know, the SHF is has become one of my favorite figures, like a go-to figure to do size comparisons with and just play around with. So how does this stack up to that? Well, we're gonna do this review, and then we're gonna compare the two as well in a classic Marvel Legends versus SHF video. So that's neither here nor there. Here, it's the 60th anniversary of Amazing Spider-Man. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. And that's Supaidaman all out of the package, but let's do accessories first. He comes with two fist hands, which are actually done very well. You can see the spider webs are done nicely on them, nice and bold, which I like. We get two pieces of webbing, which are also nicely sculpted, done in white, one bigger and one smaller. One's more rounded off here. You know, they're kind of sloppy looking, and I dig that. Very organic. You know, and these are, you know, just to toss onto the opponents, or, you know, toss at the end of a spider line. However you want to use them, you can. But they're cool. I think they're very nicely done. And finally, we have some other webbing here that he could put on his hand. I don't know if this is one we've seen before. It's been a while since I did a Spidey. So, you know, whatevs. It's good. It works. It doesn't matter to me if it's reuse. But yeah, you know, you could see, you could hold on to it, let's say here. Maybe put it around his hand. Maybe, get his thumb through there. I don't know. There's ways, you know, you could finagle this to use. So it's cool. It's cool, right? It's fine. It's better than not having webbing, but yeah, there you go. Alright, next up, let's do articulation. Head spins. It's on a hinge, which gets you a nice amount of leeway there. Very good. You have the old school ab crunch, which I dig, and the waist, which I also dig. You have a hinge swivel at the shoulder. However, there's no butterfly joint. That's a bummer. What went into that decision? What, Japanese Spider-Man's not, like, superposable? Come on, guys. Come on. That needed it. Bicep swivel, double jointed knee, elbow, and knee. Hey, since I mentioned. I did have to heat it up. Mine was really, really stiff at the knees and the elbows, by the way. So I did have to heat mine up. Hinge, swivel at the wrists, legs only split that far. Goes forward, goes a little bit back, swivel at the thigh. We did that. No boot cut. Hinge and a hinge was there, and then rockers there. So it's very, very old school feeling Marvel Legends. I don't mind it. I needed that butterfly joint. I really, really did. And now taking a look at this guy in full, and I do find that articulation a bit strange, because this is a pinless body. So it's weird for me to see them, you know, not give this guy the fullest for a Spidey, but yet give it a pinless body. So I don't know. I haven't been getting too many more recent Marvel Legends, so I don't know if this is used from another body. That is a more or less articulated character to start, but I don't get this having none of this, and then but having none of that either. So it's a little bit strange. Proportions though are actually really excellent. I think this is a really good Supaidaman. I think the proportions are very, very nicely done here. I like it a lot, and it has a very old school Secret Wars type proportioning. Do you see what I'm seeing with the traps, the way they're done? Doesn't this remind you of Secret Wars figures? It does to me. I don't know. It's very strange, but I love it. I love that aspect. So I like the body. I think it's pretty good. I feel like I got a little bit of looseness in the legs. See that? It's not like moving away, but I don't know. There's a little bit going on. It's not major or anything that's going to hinder any sort of articulation, but I did want to point that out, that a little bit. There's something going on there. Anywho, let's start at the bottom. Feet has the white on the bottom, which is cool. I do dig it. And the webbing comes down over it a little bit. That's not supposed to be like that, but I kind of dig the effect. I'll say that. I kind of dig the effect. Rest of the feet look pretty decent. The webbing is very nice. Again, I am very happy there is webbing. And we'll get to that. The legs look pretty good, nicely muscled. Musculature is very well done. The butt looks fine. Krajiji looks fine. Lots of folds and wrinkles in there. I do dig it. Lots of folds and wrinkles down below the knees. That's very good too. Going upwards here into the chest, everything looks good. I mean, it's nicely done. The spider looks good. All of this looks good. I have like some little blemish right there. I don't know what that is, but the back can get a little bit, it's like mold, detail there, whatever. That's fine. The back here, the spider, has a hole in it. It does, but it's fine. It is fine, actually. The arm looks pretty good. The Sumner looks awesome. Very, very well done, as you can see. The Spider-Man on there, and that's printed pretty good. Rest of the Summoner done in silver and some yellows, yellow greens, and red, with a big black around it. Pretty good, pretty good. It doesn't open or anything, but it's fine. I like it. I like it a lot. Hand here looks good. I like these hands. Very, plain. He doesn't come with whip hands, but he's not that type of Spider-Man. I would have liked maybe another pair of hands where he's like doing kind of like a karate chopping pose. So you could do, the Supaidaman. And, he really needed the butterfly joints, guys. He needed really good karate chopping hands. And that, because I should have been able to do this, guys. I really should have. And, currently, I can't. No butterfly joints, no, straight hands there. So, I might be able to swing it a little bit. I mean, that's probably about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. Finagle it. Yeah. It's fine. This should come all the way over, but it's fine. I don't know. I wanted it. This arm here looks pretty good, though. I do like it. Good muscles. Chest overall looks pretty good. The rib area looks pretty good. You got, again, folds and wrinkles around, and that always helps make it look like a suit, which is good. Now, the one thing I did notice is the black lines do not meet well from the top to the chest, so that's a little odd. I don't know if that's a thing on Supaidaman that I'm missing, but I don't know. I did notice that it does not connect. The head sculpt, though, is pretty nice. I like his eyes. Looks pretty good. The black, the white. It's got an interesting texture to it, which is nice. And the rest of the webbing is printed pretty good. A little hole right there. But otherwise, it's pretty good, and I like the shape of his head. That feels pretty right. That feels like very, very Supaidaman-like, in my opinion. So yeah, it doesn't connect back there either. Weird. I don't know. It's all one piece here, so I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's like that, unless that's a design thing that I'm just missing. But I like it overall. I do. I think it's a pretty cool figure. Obviously, like I'm saying here, there's a few things I would have wanted, but there's a lot of things here to like, for sure. So yeah, it's the Marvel Legends Supaidaman. I'm really happy to have it. You know, big Tokusatsu fan, as you guys know, and love this series. You know, precursor to Super Sentai and all that. So it's very cool to have this. It really, really is. And for your size comparisons, here is Supaidaman with a bunch of other 1/12-ish figures you might have in your collection. And for some additional Supaidaman fun, here is some other Supaidaman figures and vehicles and stuff that you might have in your collection, including the SH figure art. And you know, there's always going to be a little comparison between SHF and Marvel Legends. So, you know, let's table that for now, and I'll work on a little classic Ultrazilla comparison video for you. And my final thoughts, overall, I really like the emissary of hell himself, Supaidaman, in the Marvel Legends line. I think it's really cool to have gotten this Tokusatsu legend in this line, which is like really the standard for 1/12 scale figures. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's a Marvel character. It's a classic Marvel character, but it's not like the norm, you know? It's something I'm into. Tokusatsu, obviously, is huge with me. I always like Supaidaman, so this is a very cool figure to get. Now, it's not without its faults, like I said. It's missing a butterfly joint, which it really, really needed. It's missing, you know, karate chopping hands, which it really, really needed, because it needed to be able to do the classic Supaidaman pose. So I really wanted to be able to do that, and, you know, even if you can finagle it, it doesn't look quite right because the hands are not in the right position, so, that's a bummer. But otherwise, it's a pretty cool figure. It does a lot of things right, that is for sure. And in a lot of ways, it does a lot of things better than the SHF. But we'll get into that in its own video coming soon, so do stay tuned for that if you're into the whole Bandai versus Hasbro debate that's been raging for years, you know. So, you know, do stay tuned for that. However, this figure is cool on its own. For less than 30 bucks, you're getting yourself a Supaidaman figure, which, you know, spoiler alert, is much better than paying what the Supaidaman figure is going for nowadays. So, the SHF, you know, this is a good one to get, guys. And there you go. I'll leave it at that. Hope you dug this review. Let me know your thoughts down below. And please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.